been a lot of work over the last day and a half, and I still got quite a bit of work left. And what I'm doing here is building an outdoor lifting platform so that I can get out of my little gym in the nice weather months here in Ontario. That's probably May, June, July, August, September, maybe October too. Sometimes even into November. So maybe about 6 months of outdoor lifting, and it's going to be a blast. I've got another set of weights over there. So I bought a cheaper Olympic bar, a couple of squat stands, and about 180 pounds of weights that I can take outside and work out there. Platform's going to stay out there all the time. It's going to be tarped, and then take me about 10 minutes probably to take the weights and the bar and everything out there to train. I think it's going to be worth it to spend the spring, summer, and fall outside training. I got to get back to work. Lots to do today. Well, here we are. Lifting platform is all complete, and my buddy Keith came over this week, gave me a hand putting it together. Didn't film the assembly because we were really kind of hauling ass all day trying to get this thing done. It took a lot longer than I thought. Underneath, I've got very short little legs because I wanted this to stay fairly close to the ground, and we had to put it on blocks so that it wouldn't sink into the grass over the summer. And everything on this thing has been waterproof. So anything that's plywood, I've waterproofed. Otherwise, it's been made out of pressure treated lumber. So this thing should be good to go. I keep it tarped just because if it rains, I don't want to have to come out here and then it's wet and I got to wait for it to dry. So I'm really just keeping it tarped, not because I'm too concerned about what the weather's going to do to it, but more just to keep it dry so whenever I'm ready to work out. Only takes about a second here to pull the tarp off, and it's all complete. Basically, it is in 4 segments, and this rim board here that I put on serves 2 purposes. It's really what's holding this whole unit together, and the rim board is held on with these big, huge L brackets on each side, and then I put a few screws into the sides of the components, but essentially the components themselves are not attached. I was afraid with all the weight that if the components started to move, it would just snap any screws that I put through. Plus it would be very difficult to get the screws in properly because there's no room to get underneath of it. And essentially the rim board is holding everything in, but the other purpose is I've got this lip here, so when I drop the weights, they don't roll off the platform and I have to keep picking them up and putting them back on. You can imagine if you're doing a heavy deadlift and this thing rolls off the platform, you're probably going to have to pull all the weights off to get it back up. What I did do was the center platform here, so the lifting platform where I'll be standing and doing most of my lifting, I set it up to be level with these mats that I put in. So I've got 2 half-inch foam mats and then this 3/8 rubber tile down, and they're just screwed down. I thought about gluing them on, but I thought if I need to replace them, it's just going to be a nightmare if they've been glued on, so I ended up just screwing it down. And this way everything is flush, so there's no deficit, like, you know, the weight's not sitting lower than the lifting platform or higher, it's just sitting nice and even. And this way I can drop the weights, which I can't do upstairs in my home gym because I'm on the 2nd floor and you can't drop 200 pounds plus of weights on the ground. That's not going to work out so well. And then all I've done back here, because I've got 2 separate squat racks, squat stands that are going up, is I've set this up and the squat stands fit right in here, and then this will help keep them from tipping over when I put the weights back on, but also just allows me to like put them into place immediately and they're always in the same spot. And then over here I built myself a little slant board for doing calves, and I like to do some deficit deadlifts and things like that. So I've set up a little box out here, got little rubber feet so it stays nice and level, and then they just sit under the tarp, and I've just got them moved off to the side now because I'm going to start bringing everything out. And I've used it once. I did a quick workout just the day that Keith and I built it, and it takes me about 10 minutes I'd say to get the weights from the basement door out to here, and I'm just going to call that my warm-up for the summer, just basically carrying the equipment out. And it's not too bad. I've got about 300 pounds of Olympic weights and a cheap barbell, and I've also got an easy curl bar and a collapsible bench that comes out here. Also, quick update to the gym upstairs. but I do finally have an Olympic setup upstairs. So I've got a really nice Olympic bar. I also purchased a Rogue 2-inch axle bar, which is super fun to work out with, especially for deadlifts. Man, you need good grip strength on that thing. And I've got about close to 300 pounds of bumper plates upstairs, but I knew there was no way I was going to carry all those downstairs every time. So I went ahead and bought a cheap set of bumper plates for outdoor, and I've got about the same, about 300 pounds in bumper plates for outside. And I only weigh in at about 138 pounds right now, and my current deadlift is around 230. So I've still got a little ways to go, and if I surpass 300, then great. I'll buy a couple more bumper plates for downstairs. But I essentially have almost 600 pounds in bumper plates. They're just split between the upstairs gym, which stay there all year. I don't bring those things down. And then a cheaper set for downstairs, sort of mismatched set of cheap bumper plates I could find. And that's what I'm gonna bring out here. All right, so there's the update. Super happy to have this out here in my backyard. It's a beautiful spring day at the end of April. It's about 18 degrees outside. That's Celsius for any Americans out there. I don't quite know what that is. Maybe 70-ish. So it's pretty nice out today. 75, I'm gonna guess. And yeah, gonna have a full workout out here today. And this is really my first full workout in my outdoor lifting platform, my little workspace outside. And it's gonna be great this summer. All right, let's get these weights out and do a little workout today.